It's amazing when you've been involved in any activity for a long period of time, how many things you start to realize are absolute game changers to the practice that you're a part of. Today, I want to have a look at 4 practices or habits that have transformed the way that I run. I'm hoping they do the same for you. One of the first things I noticed when I started training for marathons was that the Sunday long run was obviously a key component of my training. But here's where tip number 1 comes in. I used to hate going out there and not having any idea where I was going and trying to cover a distance of around 30 kilometers, just running up and down random streets and coming back and just trying to make up time. The first habit that I love to implement is to know where it is that I'm running on my long run. Even if you're in a brand new location, one of the most helpful things to do is pull out Google Maps and have a look at where you can string together some uninterrupted miles, so that when you start getting fatigued, when you start getting tired, when you start getting a little bit over the fact that you're out there still running, you don't have to then put your attention on trying to navigate where to find extra little miles to make up that run. It eliminates some of the mental stress, it eliminates some of the tension that comes with the run, and it allows you to focus on the more practical elements of your run. Your breathing, your hydration, your technique. There's a number of things that you're allowed to focus your attention back on when you eliminate the guesswork and the uncertainty of which corner to turn next to make up the mile. So if you haven't done it already, start planning your runs before you get out there. The second thing, and now for me, it goes almost without saying, you've got to set a race date. One of the easiest things to start implementing when you've got a race date set is your training. Having a race date just allows you to know specifically what it is that you're training for. Like the old saying goes, and I feel like I'm misquoting this, but a ship's not going to hit its landmark until it knows exactly where it is that it's going. You don't just want to be out there being thrown around by wave and winds and have no clarity on which direction you want to steer that ship. So for you as a runner, what does that mean? Well, the landmark, the destination that you're trying to reach is the goal race that you set for yourself. That allows you to work backwards and plan your training, the duration of your runs, the speed of your runs, the intensity of your runs, how many times you want to run a week. More than that, having a race date set always allowed me to develop some more motivation to get out the door and actually do the training. The third thing is we've got to take care of our body. Now, obviously, when we're out there running, we're exercising, and we often just think, hey, we're looking after ourselves. But as a result of some of the intense training that we do, our body gets beat up. You, I'm sure, would have woken up the day after a run and hobbled out of bed going, oh my gosh, is this really a healthy habit? I encourage you to spend some time clarifying and implementing some body care. What does that look like? What do I mean? Body care can be strength and conditioning to make sure the muscles that are constantly getting beaten up when you're out there running are strong, are stable, are reliable, so that you're not going to be getting strains and tears and niggles throughout your body. The other side of that is simple things like stretching and ice baths and massage, or maybe dry needling, or just prioritizing sleep, or insert whatever it is that makes you feel refreshed and recovered. Start to spend a little bit of time doing these things, because part of the process of actually implementing these things is it allows you to be reflective about how your body is feeling. Sometimes when you're laying on a massage table and you've got nothing else to focus on apart from the feeling of the pressure on the muscles as the massage takes place, you start to realize, hey, what feels good, what feels tight, what needs a little bit of work, and with that can correlate back into some beneficial results on the racetrack. All right, the last thing that I want to encourage you want to find the shoe for you. There are so many different style running shoes, and one of the most unenjoyable things to experience when you're out there running is to be in the wrong shoe. If you haven't yet had the opportunity to go and see a podiatrist or go and see someone with experience at a running store and the technology to check your foot style, go down and get your foot checked out, because there's going to be little quirks and little characteristics of your particular foot type that require particular elements in your running shoe. You're going to be amazed at the different level of comfort that you feel when you've got the right shoe on your foot. And running is one of the most enjoyable sports, but not when you're running around in the wrong shoes, getting blistered up with heavy boots that are 2 sizes too big for you. So spend a little bit of time, maybe a little bit of money, trying to clarify what the best shoe is for you. Guys, these are 4 little habits that have radically changed my enjoyment of the sport of distance running. I've been a part of it now for 25 years, and without a focus on these things, I'm not sure that would be true. Would love to hear a little bit about what you have found helpful in the comments down below. For now, that's enough from me. Happy training, and let's continue the conversation down in the comments below.